Greetings, everybody. My name is Zach Anderson, the client engagement lead here at SafeAbroad, and I am joined by our lovely team of analysts who are amazing. We'll be able to show off some of the intelligence that we've gathered over the past month and also the upcoming month as well. So, without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. We've got the team will introduce themselves as they go through various incidents. We're going to start off with recent incidents and then moving on to the month ahead, as usual, and kind of highlighting as well there on the right side some of the reports we do. And I will hand it over to our team. So, starting off with recent incidents.
Hi all, I'm Kira Andrews and I'm the operations manager here with SafeAbroad. The Primavera Sound Music Festival is an annual 4-day music festival that supports 200 artist lineup that took place in Barcelona, Spain through June 3rd, to June 7th. The event this year attracted 287,000 attendees, which consisted of visitors and media from outside of Spain and within. The increase of travellers caused traffic disruptions and pressure on public transport, along with heightened security for the crowd management in and around the festival. The Safe Abroad travellers were advised to expect delays when travelling and to remain vigilant within, within the service of the festival.
Move on to Bolivia.
I believe we're having some technical difficulties here for the analyst who was, sorry, bless me, so I'll just jump in. Over the month of June, from June 19th to June 24, there was a siege of protests throughout Bolivia due to the labor unions, due to the government crackdowns and public gatherings. On June 19th, this marked a 50-day of unrest in Bolivia as the protesters demonstrated nationwide against the price surges of basic goods, fuel shortage, and policies. On June 29th, the president declared a 90-day state of emergency to restrict mass gatherings which led to a violent clash between protesters and security personnel. Safe abroad travellers were advised to comply with security directives and carry photo identification during travel to ensure their safety.
Okay, hi, my name is Aiden, and I am one of the intelligence analysts. From June 19th to the 21st, the Dragon Boat Festival was held in China, and over 124 million people traveled within China to celebrate. This festival is a traditional Chinese holiday that is celebrated on the fifth day of the fifth lunar month and honors the ancient Chinese poet and minister Qi Yan. The boat aspect of the festival comes from Qi Yan's death. He committed suicide by drowning himself in a river, and when local villagers found out, they raced their boats while throwing rice in the river to recover his body and draw away any fish or spirits that might have gotten to him first. The holiday triggers large amounts of domestic tourism in China, as millions of Chinese citizens travel both back to their homes and to large celebrations and festivals in Hong Kong, Guangzhou, Foshan, Yuyang, and Hangzhou. The implications for travelers included increased congestion and strain on transportation with delays, and safe abroad travelers were advised to respect local customs and to plan their travel on that weekend in advance and reconfirm their travel plans.
Hello, everybody. My name is Anika Chopra, and I'm also one of the analysts here at SafeAbroad. On June 25th, Kenya marked the second anniversary of the 2024 anti-finance bill protests, which became one of the country's deadliest episodes of civil unrest in recent decades after it resulted in 60 plus fatalities when the protesters breached the Parliament in Nairobi to retaliate against the increase in taxes. Given this context, in 2026, the commemorations were organized as a National Day of Remembrance by human rights groups, opposition figures, and the victims' families, with demonstrations held across Nairobi's central business district and regional cities, including Nakuru, Eldoret, Meru, and Kisumu. Anticipating large crowds, authorities deployed heavily. Um, uh, Authorities were deployed heavily around the government buildings. They set up barricades and restricted access to key intersections while dispersing the protesters in central Nairobi. Dozens of arrests were reported during the crowd control operations, and while the demonstrations remained largely contained, periodic confrontations with the police did occur during the dispersal efforts. As a result, the SafeAbroad travelers in major urban cities, specifically Nairobi, did experience localized but significant mobility disruptions, road closures, rerouted traffic, and restricted access around government facilities, whereas the protest sites caused delay to road transport and rate rolling services, especially within the CBD. Therefore, the travelers were advised to avoid all protest routes and avoid traveling the day off in order to avoid any exchanges with the police. Thank you.
How are you doing today? My name is Eric Yamas. I'm an intel analyst here at SafeAbroad. Starting this Friday on July 3rd, Rio Babel Festival in Madrid will occur and will attract thousands of attendees to Caja Mágica and Auditorio Miguel Rios. Rio Babel is a 3-day annual music and comedy festival that usually attracts 50,000 attendees throughout the 3 days, with the daily attendee count being between 25 to 30,000. The festival originally started in 2017. It aims to celebrate the cultural bridge between European and Latin American culture. Um, Usually around the roads of Auditorio Miguel Rios, for example, Avenida Ángel Saavedra, Aurelio Álvarez, and Primero de Mayo will likely experience travel delays due to the congestion of traffic. Um, so, implications for travelers, where safer boat travelers are advised to maintain enhanced situational awareness during the event, as big artists, including Katy Perry from the US, will attend. So, a lot of crowds, a lot of security will be present within the festival. Travelers are also advised to stay hydrated and wear sun protection due to high temperatures, the ongoing regional heat wave throughout Europe. Specifically, Madrid, Spain, during July 3rd and July 5th will experience temperatures between 95 and 98 degrees.
Hi, everyone. My name is David Simsak, and I'm one of the analysts here at Safe Abroad. I want to tell you quickly about the Rugby Nations Championship opening match taking place in Sydney, Australia on July 4th. So the Rugby Nations Championship is an inaugural event combining two of the largest rugby competitions in the world, with its Southern Hemisphere series taking place throughout early and mid-July. The opening match of that tournament is taking place in Sydney, Australia at Allianz Stadium at 8:10 p.m. on July 4th. This is expected to be a very large event, given this is a marquee fixture. This is a brand new global tournament. At Allianz Stadium itself, they're expecting 40 plus thousand attendees, though the city of Sydney is expecting thousands more. So risks to travelers include major travel congestion, both on public transport and in terms of road closures and large pedestrian populations. They're expecting big influxes of nightlife activity, as well as an increase in things like petty crime, pickpocketing. So safe abroad travelers are advised to confirm their travel routes and remain vigilant in crowded areas. It is also of note that, well, this is expected to be the largest event within the early fixtures. This is a multi-city event with coinciding matches taking place in Tokyo, Pretoria, Christchurch, Cordoba, and several other cities around the Southern Hemisphere that won't experience the same amount of crowds or congestion, but will nonetheless also be experiencing similar issues and will have similar advice from us for our travelers.
Hi everyone, I'm Grace Anderson. I'm one of the intelligence analysts here. From July 7th to July 8th, the annual NATO summit will be held in Ankara, Turkey. All 32 member countries, heads of state and government will attend, as well as several NATO countries' foreign and defense secretaries, representative from allied countries, support staff, as well as media personnel will be in attendance. Last year's summit in the Netherlands attracted approximately 9,000 participants. Due to the presence of so many high-level government officials, extremely heightened security will be present in Ankara, especially at airports, hotels, summit venues, as well as roads connecting all of these locations. Road closures, security checkpoints, and increased congestion are expected to cause significant transit delays. The Turkish government has banned public demonstrations in Ankara from June 28th until the end of the summit and would likely respond to any protests with force. Safe abroad travelers are advised to expect significant delays if traveling in Ankara. Travelers are advised to maintain situational awareness, exercise caution in large crowds, as well as avoid any demonstrations. Additionally, travelers are advised to carry identification as well as follow all directions from local security personnel at checkpoints. Okay, I'm back. So the Tour de France is the largest 3-week multi-stage race on the professional cycling calendar every year. So this race is of special emphasis because it is the most prestigious race for professional cyclists. And as a result, dozens of notable cyclists as well as their teams will be in attendance and draw in many more spectators than an average professional cycling race. This route will span across 23 days, including 2 rest days, and pass through most of southeast France and cover over 2,000 miles. The tour will start in Barcelona, Spain, and then end in the Champs-Élysées in Paris. The race organizers do not keep official track of how many spectators attend this race every year, but based off previous year's estimates, it can be appropriately estimated that between 10 to 12,000 or 10 to 12 million spectators will attend across the 21 stages. The cities hosting the starting as well as ending stages will experience the most intense traffic delays and extended road closures. Generally, roads are closed between 1 to 2 hours before as well as after the end of each stage. And as a result, safe abroad travelers are advised to plan alternative travel routes in advance, monitor race delays, as well as local news reports or the UCI website for updated information.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gabriela Hoover. I'm another one of SafeAbroad's intelligence analysts, and I would like to talk a little bit about El Encierro, or the running of the bulls, that will take place in Pamplona, Spain, with daily bull runs taking place each morning from July 7th to July 14th. This is a signature event of an annual week-long San Fermin festival that commemorates Saint Fermin, who is said to be the first bishop of Pamplona. The festival features bullfights as well as a long run with participants and a group of 6 bulls that occurs throughout the streets of Pamplona's Old Town before ending in Plaza del Toros Stadium. Last year's festival welcomed approximately 1.8 million visitors throughout its 9-day celebration, while the daily bull runs often attract thousands of runners and spectators from around the world. In addition to its commemorative roots, the festival itself also serves as a platform for social protests, giving the increased visibility and crowded portions of the event. Due to the inherently dangerous nature of the event, crowd surges and congestion along Pamplona's Old Town is likely due to the increased capacity of its narrow streets. Therefore, safe abroad travelers should avoid restricted areas during the runs, safeguard valuables against opportunistic theft due to increased capacity, and allow for significantly longer travel times when moving through the city during festival hours.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Delaney Russell. I'm also an intelligence analyst with SafeAbroad. The Open Championship, also known as the British Open, is one of the 4 major championships on the PGA Tour, professional golf's top league. The British Open is golf's oldest and one of its most popular events as the last major of the season. The tournament will span the entire week, beginning on Monday, July 13th and concluding on Sunday, July 19th. The tournament is hosted at 10 different courses in the United Kingdom on a rotating basis. This year's tournament will be held at Royal Birkdale Golf Club in Southport, which is located outside Manchester. Reports anticipate that this year the tournament will have its largest audience ever, with approximately 300,000 spectators expected to travel to Southport for the tournament. Due to the tournament and its tendency to attract high-profile spectators, heightened security measures will be in place in and around the venue. Safe Abroad travelers are advised to be aware of travel delays related to the large amount of spectators and security measures. And then on July 14th, France will celebrate Bastille Day, the anniversary of when rebels stormed the Bastille prison in 1789. This was a pivotal moment early in the French Revolution, which eventually resulted in the abolition of the French monarchy and the establishment of a democratic government in France. To celebrate Bastille Day, parades, fireworks shows, and other festivities will occur all over France. The largest celebration occurs in Paris, which this year has been moved to July 13th in remembrance of a tragic event that happened in Nice 10 years ago. The military parade in Paris, which will occur on the morning of July 13th, will draw tens of thousands of spectators. Each year, high-profile government officials, including France's president, march in the parade, which includes over 7,000 participants. On the evening of July 13th, Paris will host a concert and fireworks show at the Eiffel Tower, with fireworks beginning at 11 p.m. Other large military parades and fireworks shows will occur in Marseille, Lyon, and Cannes, with smaller parades and firework displays occurring throughout France on the 14th of July. On the holiday, many French businesses and non-emergency government offices will offer reduced hours or close. Parades and fireworks shows will result in road closures and traffic disruptions. Safe Abroad travelers are advised to check local media for celebrations and closures local to them and to expect heightened security presences, crowds, and traffic during Bastille Day festivities.
Tomorrowland is one of the largest electronic dance music festivals in the world, which started originally in 2005 and attracts visitors from more than 200 countries. The festival will take place over 2 weekends, July 17 to 19th and July 24th to 26th, a total of 6 days in Boom, Belgium. Organisers are expecting around 400,000 attendees, making it Belgium's largest annual event. Given the significant influx of visitors, travellers should expect heavy travel congestion on the roads leading into Boom, as well as crowded trains and shuttle bus services connecting Boom with Antwerp and Brussels. Local transportation networks often operate at or near capacity during the festival. Security is also significantly increased during this event. Travellers should expect bag checks, screening procedures, and long entry queues at the festival grounds. Travellers are advised to anticipate travel disruptions and plan alternative routes. If attending the festival, travellers are also advised to maintain enhanced situational awareness. From July 23rd to August 2nd, the 2026 Commonwealth Games will be held in Glasgow, Scotland, United Kingdom. The 11-day sporting event is expected to draw millions of spectators in addition to their athletes and their teams. The opening ceremony will occur at the Hydro in Glasgow, and the remaining events will take place across scattered venues throughout the city. Authorities are also expected to enforce temporary road closures for cycling events on roads such as Congress Road and Wellshot Road. Significant information regarding the event scheduling can be found at traffic.gov.sc. Safe Abroad travellers are advised to anticipate travel delays and allow for additional time when travelling to and around the city.
Amazing. Thank you all. Appreciate that. We do have a few minutes left. So if you have any questions for any of our analysts or our entire team, you're welcome to stay on either in the chat or you can unmute yourself. I'm happy to do it.